Hey guys, Gossip and Reactions Maurice Take. This story happened about a week ago, and sometime we have to go back to revisit. And sometime I find a story kind of fascinated for me to tell my audience, but the fact that I sometimes work 3 nights a week, it's really hard for me to catch up with the stories that I have written down. But if I go back to my pile, to all my notes that I have been taking, I can find something. I believe if it's a week to a month, I still can bring it to you guys. And when I look at the picture of the young lady, I said to myself, my goodness, when those officers looking at a black person, whether it's a woman or a man, in my mind is like, do they see a human being? What do they see stand in front of them? Or do they bring the racist rank as if you value nothing, you worth nothing, I am going to do what I feel like doing to you, and I still can have my job regardless of the proof there is there? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. If you are on camera or you have your camera recorder on you, that should be at all time, you hit somebody knowing, okay, you know what, I hit this person, but there was no part in the video that it shows that this person had hit me first. If you have this person handcuffed, how can he or she able to hit you first? It just doesn't make any sense. And I felt like I needed to bring this story to you guys. It says officer initially hit woman in face before viral video showed second officer repeatedly striking her, police said. And that was like a week ago, but I felt like I needed to bring that to you guys. Police in North Carolina confirmed an officer who was involved in an initial encounter with a woman, not just a woman, a black woman. You know, there's a certain things you hear out there, y'all, with all the love and respect I have for people protecting the community, doing so much, putting their life in the line of duty to help us. There was a certain things I see. I don't think those people see black people as human, period. I think they have a different thoughts in their mind, different perspective, as if you are nothing. I can't do anything I want to you, or I want to beat you so bad because your skin is darker than mine. I don't know what is it they see when they look at us, because I have seen the facial expression. I have seen how those guys look at black people. It's like we're not equal to them, as if we have to go back to where it was 1/3 of a human being when the Constitution had it written down. We're no longer living in that era. Come on, yeah. We have doctors, lawyers, very respected human being in society. I just don't understand how and why we are being treated on camera to make it crazy on camera, yeah. This is disgusting, outrageous. Okay. Oh my God. Police in North Carolina confirmed an officer who was involved in an initial encounter with a woman, black woman, who was later seen on video getting struck 17 times by a second officer, hit in her face, but claimed the woman assaulted him first. Hit in her face. The bruise is there. Everything is there. Like, why? What could she has said to you or done to you while she's in handcuff for you to beat her 17 times? A woman. And as a man, you are a coward. To see a woman standing there, a woman is just like a child, standing there. Yeah, no, we could be tough sometimes. I'm not gonna all try to cover that up. We can be tough with our mouth. But when a man stands in front of a woman, you gotta see things differently. You cannot have your fist as if you're gonna punch another man. It just doesn't make any sense. It's about the color, man. It's about the skin color. You worth nothing. You mean nothing to society, to the law. I am going to do whatever I feel like doing to you, and I will not be paying any kind of consequences. This is what they see. It just doesn't make any sense. On a statement posted on X, the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department said Thursday evening on an ongoing investigation shows Christina Pierre striking the first officer multiple times in the face as she resisting arrest. Well, then we have a problem. You have no business putting your hand at law enforcement. They already don't see us as human. Now, if you hit first, even though they should not have hit her as a woman, well, what are you doing putting your hand on them? You have to respect yourself first, then respect others. We can now confirm, based on an interview and witness account, that an officer, in response to being physically assaulted, returned a strike to Miss Pierre's face one time. The department said this strike occurred during the initial encounter at the bus stop with the responding officers prior to a struggle on the ground involving several other officers. Police said 2 officers on patrol Monday afternoon saw 2 people smoking the M word at a bus stop. The officers informed the 2 people identified as Anthony Lee and Pierre they were under arrest. Police said both Lee and Pierre resisted arrest, and in the struggle that followed, the female individual struck an officer multiple times. Man, to get respect from those people, we gotta give them respect first. Keep your hand to yourself. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I don't know. You can't hit those people. Pierre continued to resist arrest, lying down on her hands and ignoring verbal comments. According to police, an officer struck the female subject 7 times with knee strikes and 10 closed fist strike to the peroneal nerves and the thigh to try to gain compliance. The officer was intentional about where the strikes were made. Police said nothing. It was consistent with training. If you hit her in her thigh, you know it's going to be hidden. You know, it might be bruised, but not visible. So you know exactly what you were doing. To hit a woman 10 times with closed fist and 7 times with your knee, come on. Like, this is a woman at the end of the day. This is not a man-to-man thing, which it should not have happened. But, you know, during an altercation, during an arrest, the adrenaline is going crazy. Everybody going crazy, trying to do something to protect themselves. So, I don't think a man, physical, biologically man, should hit a woman 17 times. For what? If she's under arrest, whatever she's doing on the floor, ignore her. How much damage can she do to you while she's in some kind of handcuff? Come on. Police Chief Johnny Learning said during a Wednesday news conference, the officer's body on camera was knocked off during the struggle. Oh, really? What a coincidence. Oh, that means nothing was recorded. Wow, amazing. You know what? It just doesn't make any sense. Whenever the police officers are at fault, for some reason, something happened to their camera. Knocked off, was off by mistake, something, miracle happened. It could not register everything that happened. Give me a break. They knew what they were going to do was not going to be good to social media, to the public. So everything was off. It was them against this woman. And I'm not saying the woman was right, but come on, man. This is a woman at the end of the day. Whew. So the initial encounter is barely visible. Of course, he said there was a struggle between the initial responding officer and Pierre before backup arrived. When asked on about a photo showing an injury to Pierre's face, Jennings said there was nothing that shows that she was struck while she was on the ground and the head or face area. Jennings said at the time he asked his staff to review all the videos from the incident to determine where Pierre's facial injury came from, but acknowledged it was consistent with either a punch or an abrasion. Jesus Christ. On Thursday evening, the department said state law allows anyone to use reasonable force to defend themselves and authorize officers to do so in order to take a resisting person in custody. So it doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man. Just hit her like a dog. CNN has asked CMPD about the identity of the officer who initially struck Pierre and that officer's status in the department. CMPD has not responded. Of course not. Jennings said Wednesday it was too early to say whether the officers would be disciplined. The chief identified the officer seen repeatedly striking Pierre as Vincent Piston, who has been temporarily resigned from the Patrol Division to an investigative division. Civil attorney Lauren Newton, who represents Pierre, said she watched hours of police body-worn camera footage of the incident on Friday. It's clear that my client was already subdued when over a dozen, 10 or more of those punches thrown by the second officer to hit her were delivered. She was already subdued, Newton told CNN. Again, like I said earlier, if somebody under handcuff, how much damage can they do to an officer? We have mouth, we have loud mouth, we could say a few things that could hurt somebody. I've heard it. They cuss the officer's mother, say all kind of stuff. But how much damage can a woman done to an officer while you were under arrest? It just doesn't make any sense. She had an officer around her head area and an officer with his knee in her butt and an officer holding down her legs when there is essentially telling her to move her arms and put them behind her back. The attorney said, describing what she said she saw on the videos, Jennings said it may take months for the public to see the footage because North Carolina law requires a judge's order to release such video. A hearing has been set for November 30th. Like I said, guys, I'm going to say something at the end. Pierre and Lee were each charged with simple possession of the M word and resisting officers. The department said Pierre was additionally charged with assaulting a government official. Wow. After she's been hit 17 times, she gets to be charged for that. So what happened to the officers? Were they being charged for hitting her too? No. She was, no. This is too good to be true, yeah. Make that make sense, please. While Lee was charged with carrying a concealed firearm, they were each released on a $2,000 unsecured bond. The day they were arrested, Pierre and Lee are scheduled to make their first appearance on December 12th at the Mecklenburg County Courthouse. Let me say something. Pierre, you have to be, Haitian descendant or French descendant. You have to be, I feel like that woman is Haitian or probably was born here to Haitian parents. Let me tell you something. By now, you should know the difference between being black and white in this country. With all the incident, with all the shooting, with all the hitting, punching, you never seen a white person as the victim. All you have seen are female black men. So by now, they stop you. Do what they order you to do. Now, for 3 men to hold a woman down, to put handcuff on her and still beating her doesn't make any sense to me. Again, you be the judge. Let me know. It just doesn't make any sense. And I'm glad the video went viral to see how we are being treated, how we've been considered, not as a human being, but as a dog. Because it just, not even any dog, because dog in this country in America have been treated really nicely. Sometimes better than human being. Trust me, I have seen it. Again, subscribe. Let me know how you feel. Bye.